Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Black Grimoire. Cursebreaker. Ooh, didn't. Oh, no, it actually. Mm, there we go. I'd re angled that audio earlier, and yet it didn't apply here. Weird. Yeah, I did that song grind last time. I accidentally lost. I paused the footage at one point, and then forgot to unpause it. All you missed was maybe 2 waves of making hats, and um, 2 waves of making hats, and me getting the level 20 training for tailoring. That's it. And I made 34,400 coins, and there's still a ton of wood that I could work into crafting material. So 34,400 coins. Um, for I don't. Well, the thing is, I had like 20 orbs left over, but in that like hour, I actually no, maybe more like 2 hours of wood cutting. I got like 30 orbs. Did I? Did it end up being 2 hours or 3 hours? A total of a grind. Hmm. May have been 3 hours, approximate, like to the nearest hour. Um, why am I asking ye? Actually, I fell asleep in the middle of that grind. Fell asleep in the middle of it. For I woke up after 7 hours. Stopped the recording then. Um, I was tired, and so yeah, it's kind of hard to judge how long I did it for. But I think I fell asleep before the 1 hour mark, and then when I woke up after a little bit, I continued it, and I did it for another hour, maybe. Then I went and got wool. So I think I did the wood cutting for best part of 2 hours, and I got like 30 orbs. Then I had 20 left over, and I think I may have gotten that 20 over, an hour period previously. So like in span of like 4 hours of a grind, and you could probably do this in a more optimum fashion, I made like 30k. And that's even counting me stopping to work the minigame for however long. So, yeah, basically you can make a fair chunk of cash with this. And that's not even me using the logs for anything. Like if I can make these logs into a number of things. Where's crafting? Here it is. I can turn the glowing logs into the Willow cartwheel, which is just for a quest, Willow staff, and Willow wand. The Willow wand goes for a ton, but doesn't seem to sell to anyone. But here's the thing. The robes that I can make for that orb, the wizard robes, aren't marked for selling to anyone. But you can sell them. The thing is that that marking is for who sells them, not who buys them. So an NPC in the world could buy a thing and it just not be marked as such. So this guy does not sell them, but Spellwood here possibly could. No, he does not. Does not. So it is possible that someone out there buys that Willow equipment. But yeah, you can easily do that grind, do what I did, probably in a more optimized fashion, and you can make a huge chunk of cash making wizard hats. Then with the wood you make, you can level your crafting and probably make even more stuff out of it. It seems like no one buys willow staves or wands. No one sells willow staves or wands. I want to believe it's not worthless. God damn. I suppose even if you can't sell it to a merchant, even just turning the willow the willow logs into willow staves and then just selling them at the general store would still make you a chunk of cash. Just not much. But every log turning into 72 coins, every log turning into 72 coins when you have a few hundred logs is gonna make you a chunk of cash. So the main money is the other side. This is just using every bit of the corpse, you know? So here, let me check the wiki. Not Pathfinder, Cursebreaker. Been seeing people talking up the Owlcat games, but didn't they put some like weird invasive thing in one of their games for a bit? They took it out, but it just left me feeling skeeved. You can make spirit totems yourself using the walls for logs. Self-replenishing potion cabinet. Let's see. Willow wand. Salvaging the willow wands will result in 60 to 120 wood chips, 20% chance to give 1 to 2 gold artifacts. Or the willow staff, 50 to 100, and still 20%. So you could just use the willow equipment as a vehicle to get the wood chips. To afford stuff over here. Because it would potentially take you 3 staves to 4 staves to get a single bit of living wood, which is damn useful. You can make it for, you need it for oak equipment, bows, staves, wands, crossbows, shield. So it's useful. Again, it's all about using every part of the animal, if you get me. The real money maker of that grind is just the hats, you know. The wood is just a byproduct. Did see someone saying that spruce shields are good money. They buy the shields for 72 coins, and you need 4 spruce logs to make them. That's not bad, really. I do wonder, where's a good crafting bench, though? The, apparently the hourly profit on the reinforced oak bows is 2,160. So, what if we were to say... It took me 5 hours to do that. So, 300 minutes. So... 33,000... Was it 33,400 or 34,300? We'll say 33,400 divided by 300. No, just leave it as 5. I was thinking I had to do it by minutes for some reason. My ability to mental math is gone. So 6,680 an hour. That feels worse. If it did take me 5 hours to do that. If it was a 4-hour thing. 8,350. That feels a little better putting it like that. skill guides. There's no crafting skill guide yet. The guides are pretty bare bones at the moment. The whole site is new, so can't hold on against it. World map. Okay, I was hoping someone would have this done for me, but I'm gonna do this of myself. I'm curious to see the best crafting benches that exist. Okay, let us see. Okay, I think the best crafting bench is in Grimoire. An alternative good crafting bench is in Fog's Dwindling Town. There's no home there, but there is a bank right next to a crafting bench. Grimoire has a home and a bank right next to a crafting bench. Thornhill City has a crafting bench near to a bank, and then a home a bit further away. But I want to say the stuff is closer in the other places. So I feel I should go over and buy Grainwater's house. The Grainwater house for it. I don't have... Or I could just head over to the Fog place. Fog's Dwindling Town. I do have the money for it. And we can go see about leveling this. Do I feel I should go see about leveling my... Well, actually, I already have a ton of wood cutting. I need to see about getting spruce. Fenwater Lumberjack sells this. They sell a lot of things in Fenwater, they really fucking do. No access to it, though. Everything seems fine. I feel like I should be concerned about something. Okay. Yes, please. 34,400. Well, better than I thought. So my calculations were off by $1,000 there. And again, it's not factoring in. Where is that wood? I have 548 of these logs, and I think I may have had 100 and something the first time around. Let's say 250. That's still nearly an extra 300 logs I got there. 298 extra logs. That's insane. And if I could turn all these into anything, and even sell the general store prices, that's an extra few grand added to that 34,000. So I'm pretty damn happy with how much money I made there. I am damn curious about the exact amount of time I spent on it, though. That's the only thing. Here, give me a moment. I'm gonna flick over to the Soundgrind episodes and see. Oh, I'm immediately into the sleep. Yeah, I was asleep before the hour mark. Oh god, I was asleep before the 55-minute mark. Yeah, this is actually when I think I saw the counter right before I fell asleep. I fell asleep around the 54-minute mark. So 54 minutes, and then an hour 20. So if it's 54 minutes, then yeah. So 136 minutes? I'm ignoring the seconds here. So 2 hours something. Then if we say 2 hours 2 hours 16. Then if we say it was an hour before, so it's 3 hours 16. Jesus. So if it was... Don't know how to work it out with that 16 in it, so we'll just say 3 hours. So 34,400 divided by 3. 11,466 an hour. That's nice. I'm just really happy with how much damn money I got, because it feels like I'm gonna be fine for a long while. It's probably not gonna be that long, but I'm gonna get a lot out of it. And here's the thing. I just realized I still have orbs left over. I just ran out of wool. So I could have made a few grand more if I had just gotten more wool. Like, if I hadn't played that mini game. So, oh god, I'll put it, if I cut out all the time I spent on the mini game, I think I only spent half an hour getting actual wool for myself. Or maybe it was 40 minutes. It could have been 20. God. So that would bring that average money up further. Jesus. But yeah, I'm quite happy with this way of making money. Damn happy. It's obviously not the most fun of things doing it. It's really tedious and repetitive. That's why you watch something else. That's why you do something else while you're doing it. You know, I was listening to Splattercat. Then when I woke up and did it again, I was listening to random YouTube shorts. Like, here's one guy doing a cooking thing. One guy here's breaking down history and talking about the sterling silver. You know, I was listening to random different YouTube shorts. While doing this. You know, I remember when I was doing it in WoW, I was listening to Game Master Darius and his Dragon Quest LP. I think it was Dragon Quest 9. It makes it a hell of a lot more entertaining. So, yeah. So I'm very happy with everything that I got. Very, very, very happy. I also got the Shepherd's Bell, but it didn't work as once every 10 seconds. Did not see that. It's not as good as I thought. I was thinking it would draw in the whole herd and let me work through the whole herd, but it only draws in like 3 max, and only for a little bit. So you still end up fighting the herd. It's not well worth it. Um, I'm just not a fan. So. But yeah, I'm really happy with all the money I made. Damn happy, as you can tell from my bragging about it. Okay, let's move. I'm still thinking of. I remember Splattercat was talking about like the idea of like you go to cities like in other games. He gave WoW as an example with Stormwind and how it's meant to be this great city, but it's pretty small, And I know in the like on the wiki they were saying that what you see of Stormwind is actually a condensed version of the city. It's actually much larger with like 500,000 people in it, like within its borders alone. Um, and this game is better at showing larger cities, and to a degree, I'm like, I agree. But still, I'm just wondering, like the small farmyards we see here, would they be really enough for all these people? I don't think so. I don't think so. So I think there needs to be even more rolling estates and fields, just like all of like this region again as just fields. I think it's still too condensed. It kind of ends up just like itching the back of my brain and just being like, it's not accurate. I can get why they do it, but it just still ends up tweaking a bad bit of me. So this place, if you have the chests, is a good place to train your. Oh, actually, wait, shit. There's still a bank here, so this is a good place anyway. So, yeah, and the bank's closer, so this is just a good teleport spot. I don't think there's actually stables here. Oh, there is. Where do you bring me? North Haven is fun. I'm gonna just ride around for now and like add as many people here as, well, not people, but as many settlements as I can, because that will really enhance my ability to get around. Fisty. I wonder if there's anyone that buys Willow equipment, because I really want to sell that stuff off for more than, well, I currently can. Nah, only general stores buy them apparently. That's a shame. But then in that case, don't make Willow staves. Make the Orbalist version. I think it's Willow staves that are the Orbalist version. Make the Orbalist version, and then just scrap them. Wholesale, delete, and then just turn them into turn them into whole scale scrap them and then turn them into living wood or scrolls of health. You know, depends on how many you've made. To really make these places work for you, you really need to put in the chests, but even without that, it's still a benefit. It's just the chests are 5 fucking grand a pop, so well, even now that's prohibitive, especially since I want to go around and actually make especially now since I want to go around and buy all the places. One, two, three. Especially since I want to go around and buy all the things. Houses in the first place. Even without the chests, they still serve as a useful transport nexus. I think that's where probably the other bandit is. So apparently, the devs are still going to do tweaks and whatnot with the game post-launch, but they're probably not going to do anything major. There is apparently a storyline that they could continue, but they kind of want to leave that till... this place seems pretty expansive. A new game, rather than a DLC for this or something. Troll's blood. Nice, I'm actually getting drops now. But, yeah, so... Sorry. I made 3 separate points there. One, even without chests, these are a useful transport nexus. Just as, like, you can teleport around the map freely. You may not be able to deposit stuff, but you can through Horsey, so it's not so bad. You just can't get things out. So, take what you know, go with what you need and nothing else. 2, this seems rather expansive. This could be another, like, crafting guild back here, but it seems a bit prohibitive to get here. So I'm not sure on the value of it. 3rd, staring at this map border made me think of, like, oh yeah, the devs said that you, like, well, people on the wiki were saying... I thought I could zoom out. People on the wiki were saying that what's here in the game as, like, main gameplay, well, what's here in the world is probably all we're going to get. There probably isn't going to be any new major added. There may be tweaks and stuff, but there probably isn't going to be any major added to it. So, you know, that's fair enough, but I've just kind of almost gotten so used to, you know, DLCs and expansions, it feels weird not to get them. I think it's just me being weird, but, yeah. I'm just so used to getting those DLCs and expansions, it feels weird to hear that, yeah, this game is complete on launch. It just feels weird. I may get a few tweaks and updates and edits, but that's it. It feels weird. Like, see, like, I'm not even sure how you access this place. Probably in here, but it just seems so prohibitive to get to it that it's not going to be on. Like, it may have a ton of places there, but the crafting guild back in town is the better place. Here, we'll deviate from what we're doing and run over here for a sec. Also, I swear this mouse is getting less responsive. Yeah, can't go that way. Like, fuck, I can walk over there. It's not a straight shot into the abyss, mate. Just get your feet wet. A majestic house presiding over Thornhill's Brine Bridge at the heart of the city. Its previous occupant sadly perished in a recent plague that swept the streets. Only fisherman's hut, beaten by the harsh winds coming from the open sea. So you can use this as an easy teleport up to here, but also to the trolls here if you want to do some grinding, to the trees here if you want to do some chopping, and to the whole tree minigame down here. Also access to the ore nodes up here, so it's a nice little spot. May hold the secret to capturing trolls' regenerative powers. I wasn't engaging it. These guys are great right now to grind. I'm getting so much XP per swing. The only thing is they do swing pretty slowly and exceedingly hard, so that is a bit of an issue. Okay. Head back to Heya. Ugh, that was my jaws popping and cracking. Of those tokens. I've only 29 spruce logs. How much XP do I need to get to ability to craft that? Okay, seems like I may have enough to do it. Grand water. I do love the whole homecoming ability. Just simply, yeah, your character walks there off screen. It's kind of funny. There's the Novice Craftsman achievement. I also got the achievement for getting to 20 in tailoring last time. Deposit all, deposit that. And now we start on this. So it's either 4 logs for a staff, or 2 logs and an orb for a wand. You can make not bad money for making it as a wand, but you make much better money using the orbs solely for the hats. So you're better off turning the logs into a staff. So, yeah. You could also make the robes instead of the hat, but the hats requiring less wool feels better. It's not like the robes reward much more. Could actually make this, but we'll worry about that later. Wish I could just click and leave, but you're locked into this. Oh, there's an exceptional. They'll break down into something even nicer. This is going to require many trips. But still, here's one of the best places to do it. Ooh, made an exceptional staff. Damn, it's like 10% right now. Like a piece. I do wonder why you're locked in on these screens when, like, you're on the bank screen, you're not locked in there. See? It just means extra clicks, that's all. 1, 2, 3. Back we go. Oh, made another exceptional staff. Why couldn't I have made it this many exceptional bits of hats? There is Apprentice Crafter 2. Actually, I think I, in the end, only made like 2 hats. Sorry, 3 exceptional wizard hats. And it's a little disappointing because they're worth that chunk more. They go from like 600 to like 700, 800. But I suppose I'm making so many more staves here. This isn't the end to the grind I have here. Actually, yeah, that would speed things up. That would speed things up. Hey folks, in the back. I'm just really twitchy today. Stopping and starting, stopping and starting. $111 staves, 111 normal staves, 5 exceptional. No wonder I have so many exceptional. I've made 111 staves so far. This really does speed, speed things up. Less trips back and forth. I thought it wouldn't make too much a difference, but it really does help. Like you can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. And so all this will transform into me being able to make oak equipment. Because I can break all these down into the materials needed to buy living wood. And then if I do an oak grind, I'll have the oak material. So it's perfect. So I have 125 Willow Staves and 5 exceptional Willow Staves. Actually, I have more because I still had a few in my inventory. I need to stop again. 1, 2. Some days more often than others. Okay. So now we port back to Haywood. See, such great mobility in this game. I need to get more bags, which this will also help with, because I have a 20% chance to get 1 to 2 artifacts with this. My inventory is a bit over full right now, so I'm going to have to drop like 2 of these. There we go. Pick one up. Pick one up. And I can't break down those bags, so it's fine. And the exceptional turns into other materials. It's beautiful. And with that, I can afford... Well, it's 200 apiece. Let's just use the calculator. Let's give an attempt at this. My mind is overthinking this. It's trying to go too many tracks at once. I need to focus on just the maths. 6,000 divided by 200. Well, 200 goes into 1,000 5 times. And then 5 by 6 is 30, so it'll be like 29 living wood. Let's check my maths. Yeah, 6,000 divided by 200 is 30, and I've just shy, so that will be 29. It's not that hard maths, but it's just when you get so convinced I can't do that, you stop yourself from being able to do it. So not only did I get a ton of XP, I'm up to level 23 in crafting now, from 8. I have nearly 6,000 wood chips, got an extra 21 artifacts, got 203 scrap metal and 108 scrap linen, and these two simply for having those like 6 exceptional staves. That's ridiculous. And I didn't even have the level 20 bonus to make it more likely. So if I was to do it again, I would get even more. And here's the kicker. I still have more. I forgot about these. Just enough space. I'm actually quite happy with this. Don't know why he suddenly just stopped moving. Chunk load? Well, I never actually noticed this was a ramp up. I thought this was just dramatic workbench. Just shy of 10k wood chips. Didn't get any more of anything else because nothing else was exceptional, but that's fine. Now I can buy a ton of living wood and then go to work on the other stuff. How else can you get living wood? Okay, so living wood can be gotten from the Misty Wood stash. 2 rolls, rate of 1 out of 8, mount 1 to 4. You can get it as loot drops from the Awakened Evergreen and Tammy the Force Heart. From the Awakened Evergreen, it's a 1 in 10, and you get 1 to 2. And the Awakened Evergreen is a level 20 enemy. Tammy the Force Heart is a 25, you get 1, and it's 1 in 3. Tammy's also a named boss, so as opposed to unnamed bosses. Which I suppose do exist, but not here it seems. You can make living wood 2 ways. Both are at a magic workbench and require 20 magic. One requires 5 spruce logs and 5 arcane powder. The other requires 2 oak logs and 1 arcane thread. The spruce log way gives more XP, but it requires 5 spruce log. Requires more logs and then more powder, neither of which stack. So for inventory economy, you would want to go with the oaks, though the oak is obviously more expensive material. So it's a trade about. So you can make living wood yourself, but I'm questioning the viability of making it. So the Awakened Evergreen. 5 accuracy, 40 physical accuracy, 10 physical damage, 1 move speed. These are a melee enemy. There's 1 in Moss Needle Pond, 11 in Shade Spruce Forest, 9 in Misty Wood. Where the hell in Shade Spruce are they? Oh. They're in the southern part I've never been to. You know that village with the whore? If you go south of there, past the cave with the trolls, you can actually reach another area full of these trees. And the things on the Awakened Evergreens, you can get a Misty Pine Needles, 1 to 3 at a 1 out of 3 drop rate. The Copper Hatchet, 1 on a 1 to 5. Living Wood as a 1 to 2. 1 to 2 Living Woods at a 1 out of 10 drop rate. 5 to 10 Unusual Acorns is a 1 to 15. A Single Iron Hatchet, 1 to 40. Spellbark Shield, 1 to 40. 1 to 5 drop rate of 1 Glowing Orb. And that's what I've been using for like the hats, yeah? Yes. Apparently Hubert the Axe can drop 3 to 5 of those as a 1 in 10 chance. Nails can drop those. It's a 1 in 5 chance they can drop one. They can also 1 in 20 drop arcane tread and 1 in 10 drop arcane powder. Interesting. You can also get them from the Forest Stash and the Misty Wood Stash. 2 rolls, 1 out of 8, 1 to 6 in both cases. And you can also make Arcane Tread out of 5 glowing orbs. You can also turn 6 Arcane Powder in a bucket of water into an orb. For requiring 10 magic. I do feel like chopping down glowing willows is the best way to make the make the orbs, because you're doing it for free. There's no running to a magic workbench with 6 powder in a bucket. There's none of this malark. It's just chop tree, chop tree, chop tree. Still, the ratio of it is it's meant to be like a 1 in 30 drop rate, so it could be better. So maybe a different way would be better, like grinding enemies. Hubert the Axe may be fine. Once you get to a high enough level, it may be a 1 in 10 drop rate, which is the lowest here for all the enemies. But he drops 3 to 5, unlike any other enemy. So he may actually be a good one to farm for it. Tammy the Force Heart. Drops Tammy Spellbound Bark. Ton of coins. Living Wood itself. Misty Pine Needles, 4 to 15. They're basically an upgraded Unusual Acorn as far as I know. You can get a teleport scroll for Misty Wood from her. Some more Spellbound Bark, Apprentice Hat, Spruce Wand, Apprentice Robe, Spellbark Harness, Helm, Wizard's Hat, Oak Wand, Wizard's Robes, Glowing Orb. And she is still a melee enemy, like the trees. Okay. So yeah, that's alternatives I can go to if I want to grind for Living Wood. What should I do now? I am going to firstly turn that off. My sound sensitivity has been worse in recent days. Tailoring? What can you teach me? Oh, already got that. Okay. Got that. Okay, that was it, I guess. Um, need to go level these other combat skills. Mm, but how to go about it? I'm starting to think the auto grinding is a good idea. The AFK grinding. Um, hmm. So if I want to go level archery, who's the shield? There's no safe spot.